Once upon a time in a big city, there was a little girl who always felt left out. She lived in a small apartment with her mom and dad, and they were very poor. They didn't have much food to eat or nice clothes to wear, and they didn't have enough money to pay for an internet connection. So the little girl spent most of her time alone playing make-believe games with her stuffed animals. One day her mom went to the grocery store and told her to stay home alone. She promised that when she came back she would bring some bread and cheese for them to eat. But when she returned home, the little girl noticed that her mom looked sad. "Mom, is everything okay?" she asked. Her mom sighed and said, "I'm sorry, honey, but we don't have enough money to buy food today. I'm so sorry." The little girl felt bad for her mom because she knew that it wasn't her fault. Her mom worked hard every day to take care of them, but sometimes they just didn't have enough money. The little girl thought for a moment. She had an idea, but she wasn't sure if it was a good one. "Mom, I'm going to go outside for a bit," she said. "Okay, honey, but please don't go too far." "I want you to stay close to home," her mom replied. The little girl nodded and put on her shoes. Then she walked out into the busy city. She didn't know where to go or what to do, so she started walking aimlessly. After a while, she came across a tall office building and saw a group of businessmen inside. They were laughing and talking loudly, and it made the little girl feel even more lonely. She wanted to be part of their group, but she knew that they wouldn't want her to join them. As she was walking away, she heard one of the men say, "I'm going to buy everyone lunch at the cafe across the street." The little girl's ears perked up. She knew that the cafe served sandwiches and soup, and she hadn't eaten in days. She hesitated for a moment, but then decided to do it. She ran across the street and hid behind a tree near the cafe. When she saw the men coming, she took a deep breath and walked out from behind the tree. "Excuse me," she said timidly. "I'm sorry to bother you, but I haven't eaten in days, and I was wondering if you could spare some food for me." The men were taken aback by her request, but one of them smiled and said, "Of course, little one, we'd be happy to help you." He turned to the others and said, "Let's go get this little girl something to eat." They all agreed and went into the cafe. The little girl was so grateful. She couldn't believe that these kind strangers had helped her. When they returned with her food, she ate it quickly and then thanked them again. As she turned to leave, one of the men asked, "Where are your parents, sweetheart? Don't you have anyone to take care of you?" The little girl hesitated, but then told them the truth. She explained that her family was poor and that sometimes they didn't have enough to eat. The men were moved by her story, and one of them said, "Well, we can't allow you to go home with an empty stomach. Why don't you come live with us in the dormitory? We'll take care of you." The little girl's eyes lit up. She couldn't believe that they had offered her a place to stay. She thanked them again and again, and then went to live with the men in the dormitory. They took care of her and made sure that she had enough to eat. They also found her a nice school where she could learn and make new friends. The little girl was so grateful to them and never forgot the day that they had helped her. She grew up to be a kind and helpful young woman, always remembering to pay it forward whenever she could. And that's the end of her story.